Hello students, so let's continue with the Python Pandas part 1. Today we will learn the data structure in Pandas. So today we will discuss about the data structure in Pandas. So firstly we have to discuss what is data structures. So students, data structures like a container that is used to store the data in itself. Okay, so here we will discuss today two important data structure of pandas that are as following. The first one is series and the second one is the data frame. So we will start with the very first important data structure of pandas is series. So series is like a one-dimensional array, means it stores the data in the form of 1D array with homogeneous data. So students, all of we are aware that in 1D array the data is stored only in the row format. Okay, so in one row format only one data type of data elements can contain in the series or 1D array. So we can say in short that series is like a 1D array structure and it can contain only homogeneous data elements, means similar data elements, means one type of data elements in itself. For example, the following series is a collection of integer. Here we can see the example of the series, and students here this is an example of integer series because all the data elements that are stored in this series, all these data elements are of same type, so that data type is of integer, so it is called the integer series in pandas. Okay, so here are the basic features of series are just like the number one feature that a series can contain only similar data elements in itself. Next, size immutable. We can change the we can't change the size of the array. Okay, and now values of data mutable, means the values of array element we can change. Okay, so these are the basic features of the series. Now after series we will discuss about the data frame, second most important data structure in pandas. So students, we have discussed that series is like 1D array structure, or we can say in short that series can store the data in the 1D array form. And now in data frame it is a two-dimensional array with heterogeneous data. So we can say that data frame is a data structure that is like 2D array, two-dimensional array, and it can store dissimilar data in itself also. Okay, because we know that 2D array means two-dimensional array is a combination of multiple rows and columns. Okay, so students, here in multiple columns of one table we can store the different data type elements, just like you can see here in example. Students, it is an example of 2D array. Okay, so because it's a combination of multiple rows and columns, or rows combination of rows and column is known as a table. Okay, so 2D array is example of table. Okay, now students, you can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 columns are present here, and just like you can see the very first column is serial number, next is admission number, student name, class, section, gender, DOB, date of birth. So students, you can see here that serial number we can store integer data in its in serial number column, and in admission number we can also store the integer elements, but in student name we can store the data in characters format or in string format. Okay, now in class we can use the we can store the data in char form or in string form. Now in the same manner you can say that in different columns we can store the different data elements. Okay, so in this manner we can say that a two-dimensional array is capable of storing heterogeneous data in a single structure. Okay, Now basic features of data frame are as following. First is it can store heterogeneous, means dissimilar data in different columns. Now next one is the size mutable. We can change the size of the 2D array, and we can also change the size of the we can also change the data elements that is stored in the data frame. Okay, now after that we will discuss the Panda series in detail. Just like I told you earlier that it is like 1D array and it is capable of holding data of any one data type. Just like an array can be integer data type, so if it can contain only integer elements in itself. If we can say it is a string series, it means that that series can contain only strings elements in itself. Okay, in the same manner series can be created using constructor. We can create the series by multiple ways in pandas. So creation of series is also possible from with the help of the nd array, with the help of the dictionary, and with the help of the scalar value. So by using three ways we can create the series in pandas. Okay, so with the help of array function, first of all we will create the series, just like you can see in the example here. I am creating an empty series, means I am creating an empty 1D array. Okay, I am creating an array, but I don't want to insert any element in that array. So that's known as the empty 1D array, or we can say the empty series. Okay, so here you can see, students, that when we start writing any program in pandas, so students, the very first line of my each and every program will be import pandas as p series. Okay, so here in first statement I want to import pandas library in my program, and I want to store this pandas library in a variable. So after, as I have written here p series, so p series is my variable name here, in which I want to import the pandas library. Okay, students, was the need of to import the pandas library. So students, it is very necessary when we are doing the programming on pandas library, because when we will use any function in this program, that the definition of these programs is stored in the pandas library. So before using that function in my program, I have to import that library in my program. Okay, so it is very necessary when I will write any program, the very first statement of my program is import pandas. Okay, means I want to import pandas library in my program. And now, as after that you have to write the variable name, that's up to your choice, whatever name you want to give your variable. Here I have given p series name to my variable wherever I want to store or I want to import the pandas library. Okay, now after that, with the help of the p series variable, I called here series function. Okay, because I want to create the empty series here. So here I am not mentioning the elements in the series function parenthesis. Okay, because I want to create only the empty series. Now I stored this function in s variable. So if I want to see, or if I want to check that blank element, that empty array or empty series, then I have to take the print of s variable. So here I have given the print statement of s variable. All of you are aware that what's the use of the print function. Print function is used to display the output on the screen. Okay, so here I want to display the s variable value, so here I am using the print function with s variable. Okay, now you can check the output here, series and empty. There is no element because I am creating empty series here, and data type is the float 64 because I have not mentioned that which type of data elements are stored in this array. Okay, so float 64 is default because in float we can store the float and integer both variable, both type of data elements. If it is int 64, then I can't store the float value in itself. Okay, so here this is a code to create how to create an empty series. Okay, now after creating the empty series, I am telling you about the create a series from nd array. How we can create the series with the help of nd array, and how we can create the series without index and with index, we will discuss here in this program. So the very first statement, import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1, is a second one statement because here I am creating the series with the help of the array function. And you know students that array function is stored in the numpy library. All of you are aware that numpy is numerical python library. Okay, so the array function, here I am creating the series with the help of the array function, and the array function definition is stored in the numpy library. So I have to import the numpy library in my program also with the pandas library. Okay, so I want to create the series, but I want to create the series with the help of the array. So students, series function is stored in pandas library. So for that purpose I have to import pandas library in my program by writing the import pandas as pd1, and I want to create the series with the help of array function, so I have to import the numpy library in my program also. Okay, now you can see that in first two statement I am importing the both pandas and numpy library in my program. Now after that I want to create the series with the help of the array function. So you can see here I have taken the one variable, the name of my variable is data, and I am using, or I am calling the array function with the help of the numpy variable. Okay, I have stored the numpy library in np1. So in reference of np1 I will call the array function, and with the use of the array function, just after array I have started the bracket that denotes that array is a function, and after this bracket I have used the square bracket. So it is denote that I am inserting array elements here. Okay, so in my array I want to insert a b c d, so I want to insert character type value in the array student, so my all values are enclosed in the single quotes. Okay, and all these values are separated by comma, all these values are separated by comma. Now I want to call the series function, and in series function I am using the data variable, okay, as an argument of the series function. Okay, so here in s variable I have importing the series function. I am calling the series function with the reference of the pandas library variable pd1, and I have passed the value of series that I have already stored in the data variable. So I am passing here data variable as an argument of the series function. Now here I have taken the output print s. Okay, so finally I have conclude whatever I want to do in s variable. So I will take only the print of or output of s variable. So here by using the print statement I have taken the output of s variable here. Okay, now after that you can check the output that arrays index number is starting from the by default 0. So here in place of 1 2 3 4 it will show the 0 1 2 3, and the output will be ABCD, whatever element you have inserted in your array. Okay, so this is the example of without index how we can create the series by using the array function. And array function is a part of the NumPy library, so I have imported the NumPy library in my program also.